always don't lose faith in yourself. Don't lose trust in yourself. And pay more to work with pros.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to skimp out and like get like a young person, blah, blah, blah. Like, no.
Boom! Welcome to another episode of the Asian Not Asian podcast. Podcast with all your favorite Asian friends. It's Mike the Win.
Jenny Arimoto.
I forgot to say this in the last episode, but Happy Lunar New Year to those who celebrate it.
Which is not my culture, but
Not your
I like
culture.
to jump on.
Although I feel sometimes you have a version? No? You don't do any of that?
I don't think so, no.
No?
I don't know. We observe that other cultures do. I'm like, that's good.
That's cute of you.
That's cute.
That's cute of you.
And we kind of both wore red.
Yeah, I wore red on purpose.
Oh, really?
Because for Lunar New Year.
But I was like, this episode's not going to come out.
I know.
Lunar New Year.
It'll come out way later.
I just wore red because I like this sweater.
Well,
and it makes me feel better.
You look cozy.
Yeah,
and that's the real message of Lunar New Year.
Be cozy.
Be cozy.
Yeah.
So happy Lunar New Year to everyone. Very quick couple of announcements. If you didn't hear before, we're shifting to semi-monthly, bi-weekly, whatever you want to call it, every other week, and we come out on Tuesdays, purely as a sustainability thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about green sustainability. I'm talking about lifestyle sustainability.
Our sustainability.
Our sustainability. So otherwise it's the same, but we're just doing that, and we maybe drop some extra ones just here and there, just as we can.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this will help us keep doing what we're doing, and allow us some brain room to do other things too.
Yes.
Which I think I would love to do. But we still love doing this, so that's why we're still here. We're recording from the worst place on the planet. This fucking studio. Pirate Studio.
It's actually not that bad today.
Today isn't that bad, although if you saw, I don't know if you can see, there was a fire here. There was some melting.
My God.
Something happened. They like melted there's a wire here, there's some melting there.
Yeah.
The Pirate Studio is less a...
This is becoming a Pirate Studio slander podcast.
It is, and it's great because I use their equipment to do it.
Yeah.
So it is less a studio and more a smoking place. It's a room that you can smoke in that's soundproof.
100%.
Pirate Studio. Are you looking for a place in New York City where you can smoke as much weed as you want and light small fires? Pirate Studio.
Yeah,
there you go.
Pirate Studio. As our guest absolutely hits that pen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, you got it.
We're gonna be kicked out here. Who cares? Which would be actually a wonderful blessing. So my dream, just to kind of bring it back around to some other things we do, which is the Patreon. One of my dreams has always been to have a studio space in the place I live.
Yeah.
So then I could just wake up, put on my dope-ass Ralph Lauren robe, and just start doing the podcast.
Just start podcasting immediately.
And then I don't have to worry about melted wires or weirdness or any of that stuff, and it would be great. But it's New York City, and it's very expensive to do all that stuff. So just think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Check out our Hack City show. It's our stand-up comedy show. The next one is March 7th?
8th?
March 8th. The next one's March 8th. It's at Union Hall in Brooklyn. It's a Friday. It's at 7:30. Doors are at 7. You can get tickets in the episode description or go to asiannotasianpod.com. And then, of course, you know what? If you're on the West Coast or in Dallas, then you can check out my boy Fumi, our boy Fumi. He's doing a bunch of shows, one February 28th, one March 6th in San Jose and San Francisco, respectively. And then he'll be in Dallas in March, the 22nd and the 23rd at Dallas Comedy Club. So go there. And if this will help you sell it, when he doesn't sell out his shows, he gets very sad. He gets depressed, and we don't want that.
No.
Sad, depressed Fumi is...
the worst Fumi.
Is the worst one, because usually he's just horny. And
that's it.
That's
just
it.
horny.
That's just horny.
Yeah.
But I mean, then he gets sad and horny.
Yeah.
Which it's
the
a weird
worst combo.
It's a weird combo. So those are our announcements. Very quickly, for some shout outs to our Patreon subscribers. Patreon, the best way to support the podcast. And we give you a little shout out on the show. And we got 2 today. We're catching up from our little break, so we've been trying to get through a bunch. Our first one is, this is a great name. I think this is such a pretty name. Celine Tolentino.
Wow, that's a beautiful
name.
Beautiful name.
Beautiful name. Only a name that the beautiful country of the Philippines can come up with.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous name.
That is such a good... I'm jealous. I'm
It is.
really jealous.
That's like a gorgeous sequin gown of a name.
Yeah. I feel like... Am I describing Celine?
Yeah.
Celine probably has like really cool tattoos.
Oh, shit.
Do you know what I mean? And like has like a really cool short pixie haircut.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just like really awesome.
Just like a super, like,
So cool.
works at
Plants everywhere in her apartment.
so many plants.
Yeah.
Just works at a cafe, and every guy the cafe has terrible coffee,
Yeah.
but it's packed because of Celine.
Yeah.
Every tech bro goes there and is like, dude, this like barista's like so into me.
Yeah.
And no, it's just Celine being wonderful.
Yeah. It's just Celine being Celine.
And everyone's in love with her.
yeah. And she's just like, I don't know. Everywhere I go, people
everywhere
just
I go.
show up.
People keep giving me free stuff.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't relate to you. But I'm obsessed with you.
Well, thank you very much for your donation, Celine. And the next one is Gina Kim.
A kind of a classic name.
Classic Korean name.
Yeah, classic.
This is this is, I'm gonna go consultant
Okay.
on this one.
I could see that.
Gina Kim
Yeah.
heads up the ESG practice.
Yeah. Went to Cornell.
Went to Cornell.
Yeah.
Is thinking about, hey, should she go get her MBA? She's not sure.
Right.
Is it, it's a big commitment, a lot of money, and
Yeah.
or should she just chill? Or she should just become an influencer. One of those 3.
You're right.
One of those things.
She's kind of doing like, she's like starting to vlog.
Yeah.
Just like a day in the life of a consultant.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a person I follow. The person's name is Chris Hugh. It's a girl, and it's like a blog. It's mainly about her working out and her life, and she lives in the Bay Area, which is why I like the Bay Area stuff. So, but if you were to ask me why I think it's interesting, it's just like I like watching people exercise.
What?
Yeah, it's
You
just like
watch her exercise?
yeah, well, like it's like her exercising, and then like some of her like going through her her life or whatever. But like a
Yeah.
lot of it is like, oh, I'm preparing for like a triathlon, so here's my workout, and she writes it on a whiteboard, and then she like has a little thing of her working out, and I'm like, this is awesome. I love fit people doing things.
Do you feel motivated to work out too? Or is it literally just that you're like,
No,
good for her?
When I watch it, I'm high as balls.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just like, dude, that looks sick. But I just enjoy. I love people who are like at the top of their game.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just my jam.
That's such dude things to say.
I know.
I just love people who are at the top of their game. I've never once said that phrase in my life.
Yeah. So, anyways, Gina, you should get up on that because I would subscribe and then I would be your Patreon.
Yeah.
It would be so crazy. So if you want to get up on this, it's patreon.com/AsianNetAsianPod. Help me get that studio space,
Please.
or something.
Yeah.
It would be great. Let's get into it. Do you want to introduce our guest?
Yes, I wrote an intro.
Here we go. Boom.
Our guest is the founder and creative director of Sundae School, a cannabis and lifestyle brand that's truly everywhere, including my water bottle. Truly, this is branded by Sundae School. And I also saw Sundae School fleece in Brother Sun recently.
Oh,
Clock
hey.
that. He's also an Aquarius, which I recently asked to confirm that he's not a Capricorn. And he just turned 30.
Whoa.
Welcome to your ears, Dae Lim.
Whoa.
Oh, 31? I thought you
Whoa.
were 30.
No, I'm poor, so I had to split
Oh, you
a
comboed it,
birthday party with another girl
Okay.
who turned 30.
He's
I'll
31.
take 30.
You look 30. You're 31, but you look 30.
You look great.
Yeah, welcome to your ears, Dae Lim.
Woo!
Welcome.
How do you do?
Thank you.
How's it going?
Good. I'm a little bloated because I was high on my balls watching Korean girls dancing.
Oh, we were just
last
talking about
night.
this.
Wait, like live?
Or on
dancing?
YouTube.
No,
On YouTube?
On YouTube. Yeah.
This is literally what
We
we
were
just
literally
talked
just
about on the
talking
last
about this.
podcast episode. I said my favorite thing to do high is watch K-pop dance practice videos.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. The fact that
And stage videos.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
so good.
the fact that YouTube doesn't have a mode where it's like when you fire up, what YouTube should do is when it's after a certain time in the day, it should be, are you high? And then you go, yes. And then it's just like, K-pop videos, bro. I got you.
No, there should be, you know, the Apple Vision Pro just launched.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I was like there. Like so I have the Oculus,
Yeah.
right? Like from long time ago. And there's this one K-pop video that is like 4D, which is ITZY.
I love ITZY. I love
ITZY
ITZY.
wannabe dance
Oh
practice
my
video.
God.
And when you watch it, like that's the only video that's like truly like, you know, they filmed it
Yeah.
Whoa.
4D. And it's so crazy. Like you can walk around and you
Yeah.
can see them from
That's
other
so
angles.
Oh, you can like walk around
yeah,
them?
yeah.
Dude, it would be fire if it taught you the moves and then you could be one of the backup dancers.
Yeah.
That would be fucking sick.
It's just my favorite girl group. They're not a vocal group, but they're a dance group,
Yeah.
and they're so fun to watch. They're my favorite to watch high.
Yeah.
ITZY, is that who it is?
Yeah,
ITZY.
I bought non-sanctioned ITZY merch off of Etsy.
Non-sanctioned?
It's like
Bootleg.
definitely not from them.
Spelled funny.
Love.
That's sick.
So I did that while eating 2 packs of my favorite snack ever, which is the Trader Joe's like butter waffle crisps.
Okay, yeah, they're so
And,
good.
Yeah, so they're 1,120 calories per box.
Oh, shit.
So I ended up eating 2,240 calories.
my
So a
That's
little,
a birthday though.
Yeah, a little bloated.
Yeah.
But you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Because-
And you got a facial and you're glowing.
Yeah, I got a facial. I'm glowing. My sister saw me this morning. And he's like, "Oh, I hope they're not filming you while
Oh, we're
doing
filming
this
this
podcast
in 4K.
because
Yeah.
you're really bloated." And I was like,
She said that?
"Okay, Yeah.
Wow, that's like a beautiful sibling
Yeah, I was like,
relationship.
yeah.
Yeah.
Facts,
Yeah.
but, you know,
You want
this is-
someone who can tell you you're
This
bloated.
is who she is. So
Yeah. Well, you don't look bloated to me, but I'm also bloated.
You look great.
Because I did my Korean barbecue last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sick.
So I'm also really bloated.
It's bloated is the new hungover.
Bloat,
Yeah.
Bloat
But
city.
bloat's actually
Bloat's-
really good. It really, no wrinkles, just feeling bloated.
Yeah, see, you get no wrinkles by being puffy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nature's Botox.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just eat a whole bunch of Korean meat. Boom. That's how I stay young.
Yep.
Dave, make sure to get real close to the. Yeah, there you
yes.
go. There you go. That's better. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for coming here.
thanks for coming.
We want to talk. Our overarching episode question is: when is it too late to make a career change? Or I guess it's just talking about career changes because you've kind of gone through a couple of things. I looked through your LinkedIn. That's how I get to know all of our guests is through LinkedIn, and I decide whether or not you should be on the show based on your LinkedIn. And you have a fire LinkedIn, so I think
Yeah,
it's
hell
cool.
yeah.
But we want to, just kind of get into like you have this brand, Sundae School, and how would you describe what it is? Like, what's the jam of Sundae School?
Yeah, well, Sundae School, we have one mission, and our mission is to globalize cannabis.
Wow.
Yeah,
Love that.
and make the world a higher place together. So we do that with our high quality goods.
Okay.
That we design for high minds like yourselves. Yeah, and then we have 2 kind of main categories. One is weed. We sell weed.
You sell weed?
Yeah,
now?
we sell
Did you
gummies.
always do that? I
We
feel-
started in 2020, so
Okay.
it's been like year 4.
I see.
We sell at dispensaries in California,
Yes.
but we're about to launch them online.
Oh, really?
Starting April, so super
Nice.
excited about that. And then we also sell smokewear, which is
Yeah.
a marketing term that I coined to sell more clothes. Basically, I started this brand based on a joke. I had quit my job and I had a vape pen in my childhood bedroom.
Yeah.
Where like every single like Ivy League poster is like like it's giving that energy.
Yeah.
Just to paint the picture. And then it's a single bed. So I'm a thick boy. So like it's very tight.
Yeah.
But I was underneath my sheets, and I had locked the door, and it was a Sunday at noon, and then my mom like was knocking on my door. She probably thought I was like jerking it or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But she was like, you don't even have a job. Why the fuck are you still sleeping? It's 12. Like, just go outside for a walk. Classic
Yes.
Korean mom
Wow.
shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like hitting the vape pen, and I was like, gosh, I wish she could just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I wish she could smoke this pen with me. And that became like, oh, what if God was Korean and smoked weed every day to create this world? Because my mom is my God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She like birthed me. She raised me. She paid for my life when I was a kid. So I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Like, what would that world look like? And I started like writing and drawing shit. And then I had some Photoshop skills that I had from high school because one, I was photoshopping my face to look skinnier. And two, like my art elective was like design, graphic design. So I like just made some graphics, and then I had some knowledge of like pattern cutting because my like that like one special thing you have to do to get into colleges.
Yeah.
That was like
yeah.
for me
That was
fashion.
your thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
so like
cool.
I had like a little fashion exhibit, internships,
Yeah.
So I made like some jackets and I made some t-shirts, and then I was like, not bad. And then I didn't do anything with it till I came back to America when I was like, okay, I know I want to work in fashion before it's too late. And then I started a job at this company called V-Files. And then while I was doing that, I was like, if they can fucking launch it, I can do it. And then I just launched my company while I was working there.
Yo.
Whoa.
That's a cool, like, I like the whole thing came from, what if God was Korean and smoked weed?
Every
That's
day.
a really tight, like, I see the vision now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. Yeah.
But basically for us, we're just trying to, like, our clothes, like, it's really comfy. We only make comfy shit.
Yeah.
Because we want you to feel high when you're wearing it. That like fuzzy
Yeah,
feeling that
yeah.
you get when you're high. And yeah, like it's, for me, like clothing, I associate it most with like memories. And through your like, fun times, high times while watching ITZY on 4K
Yeah.
to like your lows, and we just want like our clothes to be like a vessel that carries memories with you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a little romantic.
Yeah.
What last night or the other night when you were watching this YouTube video, what were you wearing?
Last night I was wearing this.
Oh, really? A big fleece. Gotta wear the fleece, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister likes it cold in the house,
Yes.
and I live with my sister.
Yeah.
And I like I like it warm. So I'm fully clothed.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also just freaking cold right now
Yeah.
in
It
the
is.
world.
Exactly.
It
It's
is.
so cold.
That's why, but I think that's like very, part of the experience of like smoking weed and watching YouTube videos is like I like to, I wear my jammies, but like I have like, a bunch of Champion sweats I wear. And these are like, yes, I sleep in them, but like I, really like wearing them. There's a lot of guys who just like wear like crap when they go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I want to like also, this is always what I think, in case the police come, I want to still look kind of cool.
Okay.
I never, whenever someone's getting dragged out of like their house, they're always like in their basketball shorts or
Yeah.
something. They're wearing flip flops. No, I want to look at least a little cool if the police come.
Did you know that it's illegal to smoke weed inside in New York State?
What?
Wait, really?
I fucking know. So basically,
What are we supposed to go outside?
You have to
so
smoke
police
outside?
may come. Yeah, apparently. But then also outside, like there are zones on where you can smoke or not. And I'm like,
my
who the fuck, whatever.
on.
Yeah,
This is
what?
New York. like,
Yeah.
right.
But we're opening up a store in Nolita, and it's a beautiful store, great deal. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. And then like me, I was like hitting my vape pen
Yeah.
while I was touring, just like not even thinking about it, just being,
Yeah.
And then the fucking realtor was like, excuse me, New York State Code 11, like clause
Yeah.
6
Oh my
or
God.
something.
did
She was
not
like,
know
it is
that.
illegal to smoke in the building. And then she kept she made the landlord like put that into the lease.
Oh.
like-
Wow.
And I was like, okay,
Fair, I guess.
Yeah.
She should know your business though.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, what-
that's
she knows.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just curb my smoking habits, I guess.
guess.
But-
have you gotten your mom to smoke weed?
Yeah.
she took a gummy.
How
So that was
Did
fire.
How was she? How did she
didn't
react?
feel anything.
That's
The first couple times you don't feel
I
nothing.
know you don't.
She didn't feel
anything.
anything.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. So I'm supposed to sit here and tell you what I would do if I had an extra hour a day, and I've been thinking about it for a little bit, and it's tough. Maybe I do more jujitsu, maybe I'd podcast more, or maybe I'd just try to get like 50 more minutes of sleep and then 10 more minutes of scrolling mindlessly through my phone, and then I'd feel guilty about wasting my magical hour. I guess that's the thing. It's hard to figure out what you do if you had more time unless you really think about what your priorities are. But therapy is one way to do just that. Figure out your priorities so you can put them first in your life. I've done therapy, and I've used what I've learned from therapy to help me understand what my priorities are and what my values are. For me, it wasn't like a magic bullet, but the more I learned about myself, the more I've learned to understand my values, and honestly, the happier I've become. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can always switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Asian today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Asian. You know how there's some things that just work great together? Like me and Ginny, your two favorite hosts from your favorite Asian podcast? Well, what about the perfect duo when it comes to growing your business? That's you and Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. That's a lot. Plus, Shopify's extensive help resources are there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Asian, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Asian now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Asian.
I mean, fair.
This only has to happen when she's in America. So
Right.
Oh, I
I'll
see.
time it. Because if you're Korean, actually, what's crazy is if you're Korean, no matter where you are, you can't smoke.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, you get it's punishable.
Oh, I see.
But I'm not Korean, so
That's so
fuck you,
wild.
Korea.
I did not know it was like that.
Yeah, it's like that. It'd be like that.
Wow, it'd
That's
be
fucked.
like that.
Yeah.
Dang.
But you're not breaking any rules on your, you know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not, but my
Yeah.
mom is.
Yeah.
But she's whatever. She's 60. They're not gonna come after her.
Yeah. She's not a menace to society. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm a big fan of your shit. I have my wife had to go out her way to find it because it was it's the bucket hat. It's like a yellow bucket hat, and it has
The
you know?
OG.
yeah, dude. I remember seeing that,
Yo.
and I saw someone wearing it. I can't remember who was what, and she looked so cool.
Oh my god.
Wearing it, and I'm a big bucket hat fan. And
Oh my gosh.
I've not used it to hold the joint. It has a little joint holder.
You should.
I know I should. I'm a terrible joint roller. I'm truly bad at it.
There are other people for that. You know?
Yeah. Or I don't know.
Machines.
Yeah, there's machines.
Yeah.
You guys should get in some machines because I would like to get one of those.
We're discontinuing our joint and flower line.
Oh, really?
To go full on
edible.
edible and
Vape.
Vape.
Is
Our
that
vape is fire.
Yeah.
Those are the two things I prefer anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going like full city girl.
Oh, love it. I love it.
But that being said, I roll amazing spliffs.
Do you?
That's not
I have an
surprising.
Instagram called Spliff the Explorer. Check it out. It's everywhere in the world that I've smoked spliffs at.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty proud of my collection.
I'm always so jealous of people who are like really good at rolling.
Oh my God,
You
I'll
know?
teach you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do like a little class.
It's so like loosey goosey and it's all like I can
It's
never
all
do it.
about like tucking it in. So like imagine if you're tucking your kid in, like you gotta tuck the corner
Yes.
and like get it tight.
Yo.
But tutorial coming soon
Yeah.
on Sundae.school.
Yeah, do that.
I think it's cool, man. So like, this overarching episode is supposed to be about like, when is it time to make the career change, right? And I was looking through your LinkedIn, pretty fire. You went to Harvard,
I did. Yeah.
dank, right? You worked at McKinsey, sick, right?
I don't know if that's...
Sick in a
Yeah,
Was it sick?
literal way, maybe.
I was like, that's one way to put it, yeah.
So you told us like, when you kind of, this origin story, right? With you like on hanging out and in your room. But was there like, was there an impetus like before that that made you go like, okay, I can't keep doing what I'm currently doing?
I worked at the Purdue Pharma case.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God.
Gnarly.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
I legally can't say anything
Sure,
about
for
it,
sure.
but that made me leave.
I think that's very fair.
Whoa. Props to you too, man.
I was like, before I was like, oh, I came all the way to America to achieve my American dream,
Yeah.
house in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all of this shit doesn't mean anything if you're not proud of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I felt disgusted
Yeah.
of like the work I was doing.
Yeah.
So it was like a 7-month project. I lasted 1 month and I quit.
Really?
Yeah. And this was the project that was supposed to promote me.
Right.
Right. Because that
'Cause,
was like
like-
a big deal.
Yeah, because like no one wanted to take this project.
course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then they're like, if you take this project, you'll get promoted. And I was like, like, let's go America. No.
That is very America. It's like do this
Disgusting work.
this dirty job,
And then you'll
and
get
you
money.
will get money.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like people who worked on it got the money.
They did.
Yeah.
The
You know what I'm
partner,
saying?
but then now the partner may go to jail. So.
Oh fuck.
Well,
Also-
honestly, like, good for you.
Yeah.
yeah,
To have a backbone and leave is amazing.
totally.
And I had no like backup plan. And
Yeah.
left.
Just bounced.
I was like, peace.
Yeah.
So that was.
How did you tell them? Did you just be like, just walk in there and be like,
Yeah,
listen,
I was like, hey,
this isn't my jam.
I was like, it's not working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna search for other jobs.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 23.
Okay.
Dude.
Wow.
I feel like, I'm still like this, but especially when I was 23, I was such a people pleaser. I was like, yeah, whatever, like I always felt like you got to listen to, your authority, whoever your authority is. And then especially if you, like you said, like you came to this country for a certain thing,
Yeah.
So I feel it takes so much like fucking balls to like just
Honestly, like
I'm
now,
outta here.
I just got like a whole ass flashback.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But like low key, I was kind of Gen Zing them before Gen Z.
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, this does not align with my values and morals
I
and
know.
lifestyle.
Yes.
I'm trying to live.
I actually think when you're that age, because I also went through something similar where I
Yeah.
had to like decide to work for someone who was like horrible, has
Yeah.
domestic abuse allegations against him and all this stuff.
Oh fuck.
My dad convinced me to stay,
Uh-huh.
Oh
which
really?
is such boomer energy.
Yeah.
He was like
Yes.
just like for stability.
Yes,
Whatever.
for sure.
And then I left after because without a job lined up because I was
Yeah.
like, I can't work for this guy anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're that age, it is just like this is against like who I am as a person.
Yeah.
It makes me feel disgusting.
Yeah.
Like whatever. So I also was similar where I was like, I
It's
can't
good
stay
though,
here.
like
The
that we did
optimism
that.
too, though. Like
And it's also fine if you
Didn't,
don't
yeah.
do it. It's just
It's a job.
all about choices.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't regret the choice that I made.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you were like, you were ready to own up to whatever happened. You
Yeah,
know, like, yeah,
exactly.
you
Yeah.
left and then you had to be at home
Yeah,
with your mom
exactly.
and shit, and she's yelling at you and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like thinking about living in Korea
Word.
because I hadn't done that obviously for like 10 years.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I want to try it in fashion before I have any regrets.
That's awesome.
What did why did you want to do that? Why fashion?
I was always like the boy who was like making dresses out of TP, you know, that vibes,
funny.
like, and then sketching,
Yeah,
doodling. And then that's why I did like my fashion show in high school
Yeah.
as my like special elective to get into college.
Yeah.
But you know, I chose fashion for a reason because I was like, you know what? They're gonna know I'm gay without me saying it. And yeah, and then I truly love garments. I kind of like it less now running a garment business.
Yeah.
But
I get
I truly love clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I mean-
I feel you.
I was like,
I mean,
This
we
guy.
have different aesthetics.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, but
Like, yeah.
garments are garments.
Exactly.
You just like love how when you put it on.
Yeah.
You know, just how you feel about them and shit.
And like
that.
how it like changes you, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's true.
Because for me, I have a lot of different styles. Like I don't have
Yeah.
one style.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I am like, you know, I'm gonna cosplay as like a Japanese salaryman.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sometimes I wear skirts, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, I wear crazy, like I want to morph into like a nanomorph. Like
Yeah.
whatever it is, like, you know, because I hate jewelry because I
Oh,
can't
really?
have anything on my body.
Oh, okay.
Like I had braces for literally 2 hours, and then I was like, "Get this shit off of me."
Really?
I like my bestie gave me an Apple Watch.
Uh-huh.
I had it for like 2 days, and then I was like, "Nope,"
No.
and then I gave it to my dad.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's just I hate shit on my body.
Got it.
And then same with makeup. I can't have
Really?
any...
But you can't feel it.
Huh?
Makeup,
I
you
can
can't
feel
it.
it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like when it's cakey or when there's powder on
I
my
see.
face.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like even for like my moisturizer, I use like the gel type only. For sunblock, I use the thinnest sunblock because
Yeah.
I just hate having stuff. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But clothes, I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I go off with clothes.
Well, that kind of is like related. You know, people always say like you got to dress for like the job you want.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like I really subscribe to that. And like what you said about when you put on certain things, you kind of like go into a different mode. Like during the pandemic, I like would straight up still put on like a shirt and a tie because I just was like, I am in work mode and I wanted to be in work mode, you know?
You're giving like Ralph Lauren boy.
I'm Ralph Lauren.
for sure.
I'm a Ralph Lauren head like crazy.
like
Yeah.
Purple Label energy.
Yeah, like
or
all that
just
stuff. All of it.
All polo.
All polo stuff. Usually like, right, you know, my thing is what I call prosperity core, where I
Hong
try
Kong
to...
daddy.
Yeah. Yes. I try to dress like a dim sum manager, dim
Love.
sum restaurant manager.
Dim sum manager with like the mahjong, like
Yes.
underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Like
real.
open up the
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You know. You got, I got you into the special like the
Yeah.
special room in the back.
I love that.
But yeah, that's like my thing. But I think, you know, when I feel icky working when I'm like in clothes that is like not in my mind work clothes. Like I want to be in clothes that I'm like, I'm here to work or do whatever it is.
Right.
And then when I go home, I'm gonna like watch a bunch of K-pop videos and then I'm putting on my sweats because then I want to be in like the mode, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I like work in whatever. I sometimes work naked.
Yeah, there you
when
go.
It's too hot, you know.
Yeah.
And then but I am like a big sweat fleece guy. Like,
Yeah.
That's like literally. I wear that every day.
Yeah.
Where's your fleece from? That one you have on?
It's
Sundae
I made
School.
it.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's inspired by a dream of UFO invading Seoul
Oh, shit.
and dropping mochi gummies, like a doomsday scenario.
Oh, whoa.
Yes.
It is very doomsday.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah. So, but I always like just because you know, customers first. I always take the sample.
Yeah,
And I take
yeah.
the shitty sample.
Yeah,
Not even like the final pre-production
Like the
sample.
first
I
one.
take the
The
first
first one. The
sample.
Pocket where the pockets are all weird in a
so
weird
it's
spot.
large AF, and I was like,
But it looks so cozy.
It looks really good on you though.
exactly. Thank you.
Every time I see someone wearing a Sunday School fleece, I always want to say something
Oh,
on the street, but then I'm like, what do I say?
but you know what's crazy now? Like,
What?
especially last year and this year, I see someone wearing Sunday School, and maybe it's because like I live in Brooklyn and
Yeah.
I work in Chinatown. I see someone wearing Sunday School once a day at least.
Yeah.
Like
it's
yesterday, I went to this
Yeah.
Lunar New Year like whatever event that I couldn't get into because the line was way too long. But on the line, I saw 5 people wearing Sunday School.
Oh
No
my
shit.
And I was like,
God.
shut the fuck up. Oh my God. I was like, we're having a pop up next week. Come through.
Never not working. Never not working.
So like, so you're doing your thing. Like you got this. It's really thriving, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's like so for people who are like thinking, they've got the equivalent of they're working on the Purdue Pharma case. Their life isn't like what they want. I think the saddest thing, I read this thing on a meme once where it's like, did you see like Elmo asked everybody how everyone's doing? Did you see that on Twitter?
No, is that when Larry David got into a fight with like it's like a joke with Elmo?
Maybe.
Okay,
I don't know. It
I
was
don't
like it was the other day, but like Elmo like just like benignly tweeted this and was like, "How's everybody doing?" And everybody was like, "Oh, I every Monday I hate it. And I just try to get to Friday," and like I feel that sucks. Like
I
so much of your
know.
life is that, right?
Yeah.
And that's like the worst thing. So for people who are doing that, like, what would you want to say to those people, like who are facing those kinds of things? Because like you're making it happen, right?
It's a little bit of a mixed feeling.
Sure.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's not all rosy, and like I never knew that I had this much tears like in me because I would only cry when I would watch like a really, really sad, soapy Korean drama.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh my God, I feel that girl. Like, she's like 35 and she's trying to have a baby. Like, and then but then like, I just cry all the time now.
really?
And like, I don't know if you guys ever talked about like MBTI here.
I love Myers-Briggs,
Yeah, Myers-Briggs.
Oh,
which is
yes.
huge in Korea.
Which
Really?
is like so huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm like really big T.
Okay.
Like
What are you?
which I'm an ENTP.
Ooh, we are exactly opposite.
What is that? Okay.
You are an ISFJ.
ISFJ.
Wow.
We're exact
Slay.
opposite.
What are you guys talking about? What is
So it's like a
Myers-Briggs.
4-dimensional personality test.
Okay,
Like
okay.
extrovert versus introvert.
Right.
Feeling versus judging, and then sensing versus
Intuitive.
intuitive.
Oh.
Yeah, but so I'm feeling, obviously, hello, have you heard me?
Right.
And thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. So-
I think you're a T.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like a pretty big T.
Okay.
But then, yeah, it's not easy. But that being said, like I would do it again. Like I have no regrets. I was pretty early on my career shift to go into fashion, but I also didn't do it like like I have this brilliant idea and I'm gonna start my company and it's gonna
Right.
be $1 billion company. Like that was not how it happened for me. I was like 23 and then I was like, before I don't want to be like 31 or like where I'm at right now and be like, oh fuck, like I am a lawyer or like I am a financier and like I have $1 million in my bank account and now I'm gonna start like I'm gonna work on my passion now. No, I was like, like I will work on my passion now, and if not, like I'll figure it out when I'm 30,
Yeah.
and I'm sure I'll have like the experience.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And I did it like a semi-safe way where I worked at a company called V-Files.
Right, you worked at V-Files.
Which got me 1, income.
Yeah.
2, network. 'Cause
Yeah.
I knew no one in fashion. So, it was all about like, you make friends through sneaking in on Moschino shows. Like, and then you start getting invited and like whatnot. Like, and back then I thought that was like the coolest thing.
Totally.
Obviously. And then, so that was, and then number 3, like I learned what to do and what not to do. So based on that really gave me kind of it set me up right to be able to start a business that's so niche, right? Like ours. It's so crazy. Like, I mean, if it wasn't 2024, like our business or 2020s, like our business wouldn't exist like this,
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
totally.
yeah.
And even back then, it was like 2017 when I had that revelation, and
Yeah.
I just put it out there on 420. Like that was just the beginning of like people still
Yeah.
didn't know Innisfree,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
like Itsy,
Right,
those
right.
didn't exist.
Yeah.
They were like probably
They were all in
in
school.
kindergarten.
Yeah. For real.
But I just feel like so much of it is like, I think there are a few different factors, but like for me, it was like one, like the macro trends really worked in my favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then two, like, you know, there's so many times, like 2 years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to quit. You know,
Oh, really?
I need to get the fuck out, like career change.
Yeah.
Even like earlier this year, like whenever like my, you know, whenever things don't go the way that
Yeah.
I want it to.
Yeah.
And if it's like something that's out of my control, that's when I get the most nervous, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this worth it? But then like, it's worth it
Yeah.
because like yesterday, seeing like those 5 people in line like wear our fleeces,
That's
like, gave
crazy.
me so much joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had a pop up in December, and like it was like a 5-hour pop up, and 1,000 people came.
That's crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I was just like, damn, like this is a real community.
Yeah.
You know who they are.
Right.
It's either like Asian people or like white girlies who who love eating bento boxes. And then like cool dudes.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, totally. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
I also think that like it's a good. I think it's the mentality of like if I fail, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a good mentality that I was not raised with because I was kind of raised with you fail, you're gonna die.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like nice to just like be like, and then I tried it, and if it doesn't work out, I tried it.
Like honestly,
No
even
regrets.
if my business goes bankrupt today, I have no regrets.
Yeah, you tried.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you did. You had an impact. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
like I'm so like, and I don't think it will because I think our fucking product is fire. And this year is just like I have one New Year's resolution regarding work.
Yeah.
Like personal life is to find a BF, but work wise,
Yeah.
it's like how do I work less and have more impact?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like I do things such a hard way.
Yeah.
You know, without processes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
my desktop is a mess. Like, you know, I just photos,
Yeah.
screenshot.
Yeah.
Like, so this year I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna do stuff I don't need to do. I'm only gonna do stuff that I need to do, or like that I'm good at.
Yeah.
So
Thinning hair is different for everyone, so a one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth just doesn't cut it. Nutrifold's 5 formulas are tailored to your hair's needs, so you can achieve visibly thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair in 3 to 6 months. Take their hair wellness quiz today to find the formula that's right for you. Nutrifold is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding. Nutrifold's 3-minute quiz determines which underlying root causes are keeping you from reaching your hair potential. By analyzing your lifestyle, biology, hair history, as well as environmental triggers, Nutrifold creates a hair health plan that is tailored to your hair's needs. What I like about Nutrifold is that it's quick, easy, natural. Purchase online, no prescription or doctor's visits required. Free shipping and automated deliveries ensure you'll never miss a day. See results in 3 to 6 months. Start your hair growth journey today by taking Nutrifold's hair wellness quiz and get your personalized hair health plan today. For a limited time, Nutrifold is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping at Nutrifold.com/quiz when you enter the promo code ASIAN. Take the quiz and get started on reaching your hair wellness goals with Nutrifold today. Nutrifold.com, spelled Nutrafol.com/quiz, promo code ASIAN. That's Nutrifold.com/quiz, promo code ASIAN. You know, as you get older, you start to understand the real important stuff in life. Sunsets, being with friends, and of course, your Helix Sleep Mattress. I love my Helix mattress. It is so comfortable, and since I got it a few years ago, it's really improved how I get my rest. Every body is unique, and everyone sleeps differently. That's why Helix has several different mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. How will you know which Helix Sleep Mattress works best for you and your body? Take the Helix Sleep Quiz and find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. Once you find which mattress is perfect for you, your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own house. That's why they offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix Sleep Mattress. There are models with memory foam to provide optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side. There's also models that are more responsive for people who sleep on their back or people who want to sleep on their stomach. Don't take my word for it though. Helix has been rewarded #1 mattress by GQ and Wired Magazine. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows to our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/Asian and use code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long either. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Like my sister, who I started this business with. So I'm extroverted AF.
Yeah.
But actually, it's like I'm good when it's like, I'm good when the introduction is made or when we are in a same setting. But like, let's say I didn't know you guys, like I don't have the balls to come up to you. Like, although I know who you are and although I mean, like, you know, if we didn't know each other, I would like be like, oh my God, in my head, I'd be like, I saw that girlie from TikTok. I saw that boy's podcast, but I wouldn't come up to you.
I see.
And like be like, hi.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why.
Oh,
I'm just
really?
kind of shy like that. But then if we're in the same room, I'd be like, hi. If we're in a curated,
Yes.
So but then my sister is so I'm like the closer, right?
Yeah.
Like I meet you.
Yeah.
I meet you, give me 3 minutes, you'll like me.
Yeah.
Or you'll hate me.
Yeah.
But then my sister is the opposite where she has like an iron face.
I see.
And she just fucking DM.
Oh.
And that's how we got like the Vogue article. And that's how
cool.
we like
That rules.
when we launched, like the first
Yeah.
day we got a Vogue article because
She did her thing.
We were like a combo.
Yeah.
She got the meeting, I closed at the meeting, boom.
I need a sibling who can do
I
that.
know, dude.
So it's and then now we're working together too on the gummy online launch and whatnot. So it's been such a pleasure.
That's crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man.
Do you like working with your sister? Like, is
Yeah.
it like, because you live together too?
We live
Does it get
together.
overwhelming sometimes?
Yeah, but when it does, like for instance, like I was just in Paris for Fashion Week, and then I came back, and then it was just like I was human DHL. Like it wasn't like a glamorous like midnight in Paris vibes. Although I tried to like listen to those soundtracks to like hypnotize myself to be in that mode.
I'm there.
But it wasn't
Wearing
like
a beret.
That. It was like luggages, shoot, oh buy your hello, But so when I came back, she wanted to talk about work, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 3 gummies in. Like can we do this tomorrow?
Yeah.
And like so we respect
That's
each
good.
other.
Good boundaries.
good.
That's the only way you can make it work.
Yeah.
I
That's
think.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
So like now where you are where you are, and of course, you got like, there's plenty more work to do.
Yeah.
But is there something you would have done maybe a little differently? Could you go back and, try again?
Yeah. For sure. Well, I have one thing. Like,
Okay.
don't work with amateurs. Like,
whoa.
no amateurs. Period. People like.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I wanna
because
know
I
what
think
that
I know
means.
what you mean, but I want to make sure.
So if you're not better than me in the things that I'm not good at, you can't be here.
Oh.
So, and I think this is like, I'm a high performing person, but I'm also really lazy, right? Like, so when I am on, I'm really on, but when I'm off, I'm just like,
Yeah.
some emails go unread for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it's there and it stresses me out,
Yeah.
but I'd rather not,
Yeah.
But a lot of like, the biggest mistakes that I've made in the past is basically just kind of giving people too much, like like just not having clearly aligned expectations.
I see.
You know, I should have, been like, this is what I expect from this role. Laid it out, but I thought I did in the job description, but I guess that's not enough.
Yeah.
So, and then, I think it's just, it's not their fault. It's not my fault. It is just what it is. But I think from like the mistake that I made, especially early on when I first started working on this full time, is, like basically I doubted myself a lot because people who don't really understand, because this brand is so personal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you met me, you were like, oh, like I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the voice is like the copy is I write the copies,
Yeah.
I do the designs.
Yeah.
But I think like that kind of when you have so many people like kind of chirping on your ear, you're like, oh shit, is this the right way? Is this the wrong way? And if they're pros, like they're gonna have well-reasoned arguments for why, whatnot, instead of being like, I feel like red is it this year.
Right. I see.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this year, last year, I've been lucky to have definitely less exposure to amateurs. And I think being in New York is like one of the main reasons that kind of allowed for that to happen.
Yeah.
Because LA is full of amateurs.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, I know. I was like, in my head, Sunday School was like LA.
Yeah.
What, were you out in LA for a long time?
I lived there for 18 months.
I see.
Yeah.
Did you start it out there?
No, I started out here.
And then you were in LA, but you were in LA for a while.
Yeah.
Why did you move out there? Did you think maybe it was like better?
For like, let's grow the wheat
Yeah,
business
for sure.
to like
I see.
$100 million business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love. I mean, the subtitle for this podcast is talking shit about Los Angeles.
No, because I love the Bay, right? Like, I could see myself living in the Bay. I love trees.
Yeah. Well, then that's the place to be.
Yeah, that's the one.
I love men.
There are men there.
There are men. I don't know how quality they are. But
I don't know
sure
the quality.
out
They
there.
might be
Yeah.
amateur
I
men.
love boring men.
Oh, then go out there. Oh, then
Because
we gotta
I
go
am
to
the
San
not
Francisco.
boring girl, you know?
That's so funny.
Wow.
You like
If
boring?
you like boring men, then the Bay
like
is
Patagonia
for you.
zip up.
Yeah,
let's
dude.
go.
The
Are you for
fucking the
real?
Airbird, the Allbirds on. You know.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
know?
God, you gotta
and
get
I can
out
change
there.
them.
That's
Like,
But it's like you said, it is good to have someone complimentary.
yeah.
You know, like who have like same values as you, but is like, obviously like, brings something else to the table.
Yes.
And like,
But
whatever.
someone who's like really good at their job.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like a surgeon, yes. You know?
So you want like a boring surgeon who wears a Patagonia fleece that you can change.
Yeah, that I can be like, here's a Cucinelli for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
birthday.
I see,
you
I
know?
Oh, nice.
Like, yeah.
Oh my God, the Bay Area is for you.
I know. I know. I got some boys out there. But like LA, like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not my vibe. Like,
Oh, really?
for me, I really love like nerdy. Like, I love glasses. I
Oh,
love
funny.
like little scruffy.
Yeah.
Funny.
Professor.
Yeah.
Like, it's giving like adjunct professor vibes.
Got it.
Love that. But they're also, they have a thriving medical career.
Got it.
Yeah.
And LA, was it just like full of like fake people or like for that 18 months that you were there?
Well, so the main reason why I left LA is because I got robbed like 4 times.
What?
My house got broken into
What?
twice.
Are you serious? Where are you living?
I was living in Beverlywood, which is like a capital of Orthodox Jews.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it was like we were the only 2 Korean kids living.
Yeah.
And this is my fault too, because I should have like known my place. The number one, we have 10 commandments at Sunday School, and number 1 is know thy place.
Oh,
And
really?
I failed that because I was like, oh, I want to live at a house with a garden. So
Yeah.
I did. Except all my plants died because I'm lazy as fuck and I can't like step outside to water
Yeah.
them. But then, like, more importantly, yeah, like they robbed our house twice, and the second time it happened, I was like, I'm outie. But then, like in between, my car got broken into once.
Oh, yeah. People
My
yeah.
office inventory, like $200,000 worth
Oh
of
my
inventory
God.
gone.
Holy fuck.
And that was also like, that's also working with an amateur. I worked with an amateur who didn't insure the inventory.
Oh, come on.
Who didn't have U-Haul insurance.
I see.
And like their argument was like, oh, like I thought you would think it was. I was like, why would I think $40 is expensive?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
to insure. Anyways, so to tie it back, always don't lose faith in yourself. Don't lose trust in yourself, and pay more to work with pros.
Yeah.
Like don't
Yeah.
try to skimp out and like get like a young person, blah blah blah. Like no.
No, you gotta have
none
pros.
of that energy.
Someone with experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like your company, especially in like early stages, is way too small to afford
Like a
like
hit
a
like that.
silly mistake.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Silly mistakes. That's like the worst.
that's the worst.
That's the
Yeah.
worst. Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should your payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck. Then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. I know I could definitely use that money from Earnin because I've got a really fancy special birthday dinner for my wife coming up, and let me tell you, Korean barbecue is not cheap. Earnin would help me make sure we had a great time and could order that extra order of tripe. Nice. Make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability and security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type Asian under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Asian under podcast. Subject to available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
It's like, why do you think like we have 200 of it, and then this person would put like 20.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
forget a zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
No,
so
we need
silly.
it. We need you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need this. This is the thing that matters.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't give a shit if you're born in 1999.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I'm young
so
and I'm
scary.
learning. I was like, this is
Yeah.
not about learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is just about being detail oriented.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not the most detail oriented person, but I always double check things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if I feel that really says something if the company that sells weed
Yeah.
is still like, no, you still got to check, you know? Like
Yeah, of course.
like I'm high as shit and I still need to know
Literally.
that
Yeah.
you
And
put the extra zero there or
Like,
not.
I don't smoke during when I'm working.
Yeah.
sure.
Of
At
course.
all.
Of course. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I encourage, like, if you can work high, you know, some people work better high.
Yeah, some
Literally,
people
I
do.
wrote that as this question.
Yeah, that's one of the questions.
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Because I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I can't do anything.
I can't do
high.
anything high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for me, when I'm high, it is like horizontal, itsy.
Me too.
It's eating snacks.
Itsy.
Snacks time, baby. Yep.
And butter crisps.
Yeah.
But like, but some kids like they're not like that, and I'm like, okay, you know,
Right.
if you can do good output, but then if
Yeah.
your output is shit, we'll have a
Then-
chat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
I
know,
literally can't do anything.
Yeah.
same.
I'm so amazed when people can work high. But yeah, I agree.
I can draw actually. So like this new puffer we're about to launch next winter,
Yeah.
which I'm so proud of myself because we've never been this ahead.
Yeah.
Like we would always like we would design something and drop it like in 3 months.
I got
it.
But
Yeah.
then now it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like I know what I'm making till like December. But I was so high in my bed.
Yeah.
You know, and being high in bed is different than being high in couch.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Different.
It's more like sunken
Yeah.
feeling. And then I just suddenly got up and got my phone and started like drawing on IG story, you know,
Yeah.
like
Oh my God, yeah.
that drop.
Yeah. Use that. That's so funny.
Well,
Your
just because I
canvas.
couldn't find paper and pen. Yeah, and then it's gonna come out, and it's called the Juve Puffer.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Oh.
'Cause
That
it
sounds
was-
like something I would
yeah.
like.
It's so cute,
Okay.
and I think that this one, yeah,
Is it like a super like big indica one? Is that what's going on with it? Or is it also
it's like giving bed sheets
Yes.
as like those like pleated bed
Mm.
sheets. So we're doing that sort of puffer. So it's for the girlies and for
Who else?
everyone
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
loves bed.
Yeah.
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 I
feel
love
that.
bed.
I feel that. Yeah. Yeah. That's like the kind of second section now that we've talked about work is, like people curious, I think, who people who are curious about smoking more or trying cannabis more. And this, I feel with your thing, it's like you're trying to make it very inclusive. It's like everyone should do this. It's not like, it's not just for whoever, so the stoner people, quote unquote. It's for Korean moms. It's for all these things. So like when if people were curious, what's your sort of advice for like stepping into this world?
Well, let me first start off with like my personal journey with weed.
Yeah.
So I'm born and raised in Korea. I moved to America when I was 11. So till I was 11, I remember when I was like 12 or 13 when I was in America. I was in Virginia. I was like the only Asian. I was like the one of the 2 Asian kids in my class, and I don't know if they were smoking weed or not, nor did I care. But G-Dragon.
Oh shit!
Smoked weed
G-Dragon.
then, and I was like so big on the news. And I was like, oh my gosh, how could he? Like, the devil's lettuce, fuck this guy. Like, oh my gosh, like, what? Like, and I was like, I will never be smoking weed. And then it was like my high school, I went to a boarding school because my mom was like, fuck America. So she stayed with me for like a year and a half and then they bounced. And when I was at boarding school, this was my senior year. I had just taken my AP art history exam, but I didn't study. So like I left it blank and then I canceled my score. And one of my friends who was like my proctor at my dorm room was smoking a J in the shower, like through the through the vents, because our school was super strict. We had zero chance policy. So like if you get caught, you're outie.
Wow.
And then he was like he's my friend, but like we're not close. So I guess he wanted to make me complicit.
We're all in this together
he knew
now.
I smoked ciggies. Because I got in trouble for smoking a ciggy. But ciggy is like a 2 chance policy, which is weird. So he was like, "Oh, do you want to try it? It's like a cigarette, but like a little different." And then I was like, I knew it was weed because it smelled funky. And then I was like, like I'm graduating in like 30 days. Like, let's do it. So I did it. And then I had the best night's sleep, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't feel high, but I slept
so
like,
great.
Yeah.
So great. And I was like, okay, slay. And then, so I smoked a lot of weed, like starting then. And then I went to Korea for the summer. And then when I came back to America, I had a French roommate at Harvard my freshman year. And he was just like the biggest stoner.
Really?
And I was like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Why, this annoying ass guy just keeps smoking so much weed and like my room stinks of weed and like the dorm parent keeps coming and giving us notice. So I was like, fuck weed. But then my sophomore year is when I started really getting into weed. And I still to this day, I'm so grateful for this plant because before I used to be so Christian, like, like praying my gay away. Like,
I see.
Like I was like writing, I would write a diary, but it would be a love letter or it would be a gratitude letter to God.
To God.
To being like, God, today, like I took the AP chemistry exam. I tried my best and gave you all the gifts that you've given me. That boy. I was that boy in high school.
I know exactly who this is.
Yes, I know exactly.
And then in
too.
college too, like freshman year, I was like that. And then sophomore year, I started smoking weed, and then I started like talking to myself more, because like that, like through that journaling and through the praying, I was really talking to myself. You know what I mean? I was just like processing my thoughts.
For sure.
But then like I was smoking weed, and I was like, damn, like, am I God? Like, like I think I'm my God in my world. You know what I mean? Like I have jurisdiction over my body to the extent of my knowledge.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I just started having a lot of these like existential questions. And then like I used to be so afraid to tell people how I really feel about women and vaginas and men and dicks and whatnot. And like I started to process that through smoking weed. came out. And then just like really started to understand myself so much more.
Wow.
Yeah, and then honestly, it's not for me. It's not just a tool for escape, which it is too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
after an arduous day
Sure.
at work, you come home, you take a bath, and I pop a gummy, and I'm just like, wow, this is like, this is better than ketamine.
Right.
But then like, it's just like for me, it's really about like. I think weed is so malleable and that it gives you intent. Like, if you're like, hey, relaxation is my intent, or like, I want to think more and I want to converse with myself. Like, it just really, like, as a T, it really helps me connect with my like F side.
Oh,
You know what I
interesting.
mean?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I never thought of weed as being like that, but that's a cool story that it like helped you like kind of figure and process a lot of stuff for yourself.
For sure.
That's crazy.
And even still,
Yeah.
like, I think whenever I am heated, like this was my resolution 2 years ago, and I've been keeping pretty good job at it. But like, if I have let's say like I found out you talked shit about me to someone that like we both know, and I heard. Instead of like before, I would just text you right away. I'm very confrontational.
Yeah, strong Korean energy.
I would
right
text
there.
you.
Hell yeah.
Right away.
Rip it up.
But then now I like write the text and then I don't send it.
I see.
And then I wait 2 hours. And then I read it again. And then I'm like, okay, I can say this a little nicer. Or
I
like,
see.
Right.
is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Okay, she didn't
This
say
is
anything
such Aquarius
bad.
energy too.
So I've been doing more of that. And then like, obviously weed, like when I'm like super, super heated, I just pop a gummy and I'm like, let's calm down a little and then let's reassess.
Yep.
And then if I still feel the same way, then
That's
I will
sweet.
fucking press send.
Yeah.
So for people who are curious about like wanting to try this out, don't know like exactly what to do, like what's the first step,
I would say definitely try an edible or a vape first rather than a joint
Right,
or
rather than the flower
a
or something.
bong.
Yeah.
Because, one, it'll be harsher on your throat. It's not like smoking a cigarette. It's a different sort of
Yeah. I don't love the
vapor.
feeling of
Yeah.
it personally.
And then number 2 is that like if you don't know how to inhale, like you're not gonna get high.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can easily be like, oh,
Yeah, it's gone.
Like
Yeah.
I'm
I just
never
don't
doing that
feel it.
again. Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
But then edible, like, like edibles like ours or any like a lot of like non-bodega edibles. They are evenly distributed.
Yes,
So you can
yes.
just like cut it up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like
Yeah.
we use nano emulsion, so it's like super fine particles, like so it's everywhere. So, try a quarter, try a half, or try a quarter to start, and then just see how you feel. If you don't feel anything, take another quarter. And then see, and just have patience, right?
Yeah.
And also, it's totally fine if it's not for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
For sure.
You don't need to be high.
Yeah.
You're great sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's badass, man. I fucking love it. Yeah. What I like about it is that it's I did dry January and
Did you succeed?
I did. Yeah. It's really not that hard for me, which was nice. But I did kind of miss it in certain points.
Do you drink too, or do you just smoke?
Oh no. Well, hold on here. So I did
You did
dry January. where I
California
didn't-
dry January.
I did California dry January. So I smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
So
no
I drank.
alcohol.
Because I was at a certain point where I was waking up, on like whatever a Sunday, and I was like, I don't like this relationship I have with alcohol, where I feel like I'm not as in control of it as I would like to be, So I was like, I want some distance here. It doesn't make me feel that good.
Yeah.
And this whole dry January, I was sleeping wonderful because I was not drinking, but I was still smoking weed, which was great. And it was so cool that it was like, there's something where when you drink a lot and you wake up, you feel like it's very like alcohol is very destructive.
Yeah.
Whereas I think with weed, I felt like I just had a big blanket on me the
Yeah.
whole time. And then when I wake up, I still had a blanket. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I got to take this blanket off, but I feel good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was like
You
one
just
of the nice things.
caffeine it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, kind of just need to get
Take
it
a
going.
shit,
But that,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. It was like so nice about that. But that
I
was
mean,
like
I
my
like
thing.
literally switched to weed because I was studying for the GMAT. That's my weed
Wait,
story.
can we interview you? That is so Sunday School.
Yeah,
Hit me. Why did you start doing that?
Because I wasn't a weed person. I
Yeah.
went to Berkeley, but I was actually anti-weed because of Berkeley. Kind of similar to how
Yeah.
you live with someone who smokes too much weed. Being at Berkeley, I was like, I don't like that everyone
I'm
is
not
just
like that.
doing.
Well,
yeah,
like
I'm not
that's,
like that.
That's what I'm saying. I think for a lot of people, like the weed thing is like, you know, you got this like the tie dye and the ball, and like I remember for a while dab rigs were really big, and like I do not like being that high,
Like bearded white dudes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and it was just like I don't want to be like off my gourd high where like I'm just like staring at a lava lamp like that for me. It was like, you know, I want to.
That's giving 21.
Yeah, come on
and
now.
You know when you're like. Also, when it's the overwhelming culture, you almost are like, I'm anti that. So when I was at Berkeley,
very
I was
true.
like, I'm going to wear sweaters and loafers, and I'm not going to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like, I like went full, like, East Coast.
Yeah, it's like no
vampire
Crocs for me.
weekend. Yeah, exactly. So I was anti-weed for, like, most of my, like, you know, early 20s or whatever. And then I smoked once post, and then I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. But, you know, whatever. I'm going out drinking, whatever. And then I was working my full-time job at Google. I was doing improv, and I was also studying for the GMAT because I was like, my parents really wanted me to go to grad school.
Yeah.
And I started being like, when I drink, I didn't get hangovers, but I couldn't sleep very well. So then it would screw up my next day of studying.
For sure.
Oh, so this weird ironically helped you study.
So then instead I started being like, to relax, I'm going to try edibles instead of drinking. So I would do these little chocolate edibles that my roommate who had because it was only available if you had a medical
if you had the card. Yeah.
So she would buy it, and then I would have a chocolate. And then I would watch TV and then wake up the next morning and able to study.
Yeah.
Is that not the most Asian way to get into
That is
weed?
so Asian.
Love it.
I did a full right turn into weed at that point because of possible business school.
Wow.
How did you take the GMAT?
Yeah, I took the GMAT twice.
That's so funny.
Slay.
We're gonna get you into business school.
Yeah.
All right. That's what this was all about. We're getting you in. Jenny's going to business school.
I'm going to business
If
school.
you're watching this,
Yeah.
Patreon.
Patreon. Okay, we
Pay
need that.
for my business school.
Yeah, she's gonna go to Haas. And,
GoFundMe.
yeah, we need a GoFundMe. We're getting her MBA.
It's just like the most me way of getting into something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love that.
Somehow,
I love
you
that.
smoked weed and got more productive. It makes no fucking sense. You're an animal.
But that's why I said
Yo.
that's all about Sunday School. Like
Yeah.
for me, like what we're really trying to do is not to sell weed, to sell clothes. Like it's really, really about like building this community of high achieving degenerates.
Yeah.
But people who can
Yeah.
work hard, but also chill fucking hard.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, because it's not binary. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Totally,
So many
totally.
different flavors exist, and we just want to contextualize it so
Yeah.
that people don't demonize this.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like, especially as I used to be able to sleep 12 hours a day, like, no questions.
yeah.
No. As I get older,
Yeah. Yep.
and as I
Yep.
drink more,
Yep.
like in Korea, I lived in Korea for a year during COVID.
Mm.
First time living as an adult in
Yeah.
Korea full time.
Yeah.
And I had my own place, but I didn't smoke weed at all.
Right.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on a year-long tea break.
Yeah.
And I would only get like 5-6 hours of sleep a night. Partly because alcohol, partly because of aging. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
But then now in America, I'm getting like 7-8 hours every day, and it's because of my products.
Yo. That's sort of like
real.
the ironic thing too about Korea is like you can't smoke weed, you can't like have cannabis, but you can drink, and
Like
people
a lot.
People drink
drink so much, and it's way worse. I feel way worse for you, like socially, like physically.
Yeah.
Like you have like all those those like pictures of people passed out like on the street.
Sleeping
Yeah,
at
yeah.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. And it was like, oh no, this is legal. This is cool.
Yeah. Totally.
You're totally, but don't have any weed.
But I get why people do that. There's no other outlet.
There's another outlet.
Yeah.
Right?
So you
But
just, like-
speaking of alcohol, I actually just recently got into beer.
Oh, did you?
Wow.
In last year Thanksgiving, I got into beer.
How did you get into beer?
This is hilarious.
I was in Mexico, and before that, I would never drink beer voluntarily.
Yeah.
More of
I get
a
it.
wine girl.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
or if I'm gonna drink, I might as well drink gin or
Yeah.
tequila. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I was in Mexico with my sister. We were let's treat ourselves to a spa vacation.
Yeah.
So I went to a spa vacation with her. And I was waiting while she was getting her facial. I was just like waiting by the beach. And the server gave me Corona with lime on the house. And I was like, no, I'm okay. I don't drink beer. And then he was like, try it. And then I was like, what the fuck is this? Like
Corona with lime.
with a
in it?
lime.
so
but,
good.
But in like the native environment.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess
Of
like
the
you're on a
fucking-
beach.
Oh
my
like,
gosh.
vibes.
And
Yeah.
then he brought me another one with like some Mexican beer with tajin.
Yeah. The
Ta-
tagine.
Tajin.
Yeah.
Rim.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like I feel like a top.
That's what I say whenever I drink
Yeah.
beer. I feel like a
Well,
top.
a
Up in
top.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now I'm in like my beer era.
Wow.
I don't
You're,
drink wine anymore.
No more wine.
Because it's like too sweet now.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
So I'm like ripping beer left and right.
Oh my god.
When do we start driving a truck soon,
know,
bro? What is this?
seriously.
No, and like I'm watching like Yellowstone. Like I'm in my John
You're-
Dutton era.
You're watching UFC.
That's
You know, we
so
gotta hang
funny.
out. All right, I like this guy.
That's so funny.
Well,
Right.
John
let's-
Deere era.
All my friends are like, he was a straighter boy.
Yeah.
That was all my cake this year.
Oh my god.
Because they're like, what's happening
Yeah,
to you?
what's
What is
happening
happening
right
to
now?
you? What the fuck? You want to buy a gun? Jesus. Well, Dae, thank you so much
Yeah,
for coming to the
thank you
show,
for coming.
on and
Thank
hanging out
you.
with
So
us.
funny.
So fun.
It was great. Where can our guests find you and your work?
Oh yeah, my life's work is Sundae School. www.sunday.school. Our Instagram is @sunday.school. We, just as a quick refresher, if you just skipped it to the last part, we sell weed and we sell clothes, and we want you. It's been such a pleasure.
Yeah.
So fun.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
for coming.
It's wonderful. You can always find us at Asian on Instagram at Asian Not Asian Pod. You can find me on there at Nice Pants Bro.
I'm at Jenny Arimoto.
And come check out our shows. We've got the next one is March. What did I keep
8th.
forgetting? March 8th. March 8th is the next one. Check out our Patreon. It's always a lot of fun. And we love you. And just fucking rip some beers, guys.
Yeah, rip some beers and some weed.
Yeah, there you go.
Get faded. 사랑해요.
Bye.
Bye.